Hello, Professor Maple here, bringing you hopefully interesting, semi-relevant commentary on a semi-wide array of topics. So today we're going to be talking about Pokemon. Well, So, the first thing I'd like to talk about is my theory on the Pokemon canon and how there are, in fact, multiple canons. So, let's start off with the game, because, that's one of the easiest canons to talk about. Well, no. Actually, no. Let's start with the comics. That's the easiest. So, when talking about the comics canon, so, they're pretty much all in the same canon. Because, there's crossovers, same characters, same plot elements. They're all really in the same exact universe. So, that's one canon down immediately. So, next, I'd like to talk about the Pokemon games canon, which is a bit murkier, but still pretty laid out for us. So, with the Pokemon games canon, we've got, the first Game Boy, through DS games, which all seem to be in the same-ish canon, with Fire Red Leaf Green being questionable, so let's just count that all as one canon. Then with the 3DS games are pretty clearly implied to be in another universe, with Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire pretty much confirming that. Also Sun Moon. I'm counting up on the end of there too. So far we've got three canons, the comics and pre-3DS games and 3DS up games. So, three canons so far, and now we're going to go into this murky swamp of the show. So, to start things off, we've got the first canon in the show. So the first canon in the show is the Pokemon Indigo League, and the first Pokemon season. But I think this canon extends beyond Indigo League 2 into the Johto, Sinnoh, and Hoenn regions, respectively. So I'm counting that all as one canon, because Ash is talking to most of the same people, and, has most of the same things going on. Then, we're starting to get into slightly murkier waters with, well, for one, all the Pokemon movies, in my opinion, are their own individual branch-off canon. Because they never reference anything that happens in the movies in the episodes, pretty much. So, except for maybe the first movie, which counts in the first canon for the show, I think all the Pokemon movies, it's safe to say, are their own canon. So then we've got Pokemon Black and White. Oh, sorry for the low resolution image. Sorry about that one. So Pokemon Black and White is its own canon, with Ash going to a new region, not doing the same things, per se. I mean, it has some callbacks, but not really. I think his personality is different. He's like a beginner again. It's resetting Ash. My personal theory is that it's an alternate timeline, where Ash, as opposed to traveling through the Kanto and, up to Sinnoh, he instead took a vacation to Unova and liked it so much that he stayed to do the Unova League. So, that's its own canon. Then, we have the X and Y canon, which, again, is its own canon, with Ash being considerably older, in my opinion, along with Bonnie, Serena, and Clement. I think Ash is, like, 13, 14 in this season, where in the others he's questionably 11, 10, maybe 12 in some of them. I think in the original 4 seasons, he ages from 11 to 12, and in this one, it is a potential alternate future, or just an alternate canon in and of itself, where he is 14. So, the show brings us into, we had the 3 to begin with, and then 1, 2, 3, and then how many movies were there? Are we even going to count the movies? Let's just not count the movies as their own canons. They're more one-shot thingies. So let's not count the movies in there. So, yeah, that brings us to 6 canons. So, wow, Pokemon has a lot of different, distinctly different universes. I mean, there's a lot of differences between especially the show and the comics. With entire mechanics such as Pokemon evolution acting differently. So, next thing I'm going to talk about is an interesting thing inside the Pokemon world. Pokemon and human petrification. it has happened before, in instances like Ash Ketchum, in the first Pokemon movie, is turned to stone by none other than Mewtwo, the most powerful psychic Pokemon of pretty much them all. He's pretty much listed in his Pokedex entry as the most powerful psychic Pokemon that we know of. That'll be important. I'm getting back to that later. But nowhere in any of Mewtwo's Pokedex entries does it state that he actually has the ability to turn things into stone, which makes me think that potentially it's not simply Mewtwo's innate power, but psychic powers that powerful, whatever wave emittance the psychic powers are, can petrify things if used to, that degree of psychic power, psychic wave emittance that Mewtwo has. We've seen other instances of Mewtwo turning people to stone, like the Pokedex holders in the comics. Red, Ash, not Ash, no, what am I saying? So red, yellow, green, blue, and silver and their Pokemon in their Pokeballs were all turned into stone by Mewtwo. Also, another thing to note is in both of these instances, it's Mewtwo clashing with another powerful legendary Pokemon. In the movie, it's Mewtwo clashing with Mew, and, okay, warning, story spoilers, well, already there's story spoilers for, the comics. But it's actually Darkrai that Mewtwo clashing with creates a, explosion that petrifies the Pokedex holders. So it's not only psychic power, it's also psychic power coming into conflict with other potentially psychic or other wave emittances. So, one might say, then how come my Psyduck can't turn Pokemon and people to stone? Again, Mewtwo is the most powerful psychic-type Pokemon that we know of so far. So that means, I'm guessing he has a much higher wave emittance of whatever particle makes up psychic energy in the Pokemon universe that is high enough to, when clashing with other opposing forces, turn Pokemon and people to stone. So that brings me to Mega Alakazam, who is arguably just as psychically powerful as Mewtwo, if not more. Which makes me, because Alakazam's Pokedex entry states that it's the most powerful emitter of psychic energy. Well, not barring Mewtwo, meaning that its Mega Evolution would be much more powerful than that, and thus much more powerful than Mewtwo. Meaning that its evolution would be able to turn things into stone if clashing with the right Pokemon. So, wow, that's actually a lot more dangerous than I thought. I mean, I was thinking, he's got 5 spoons. He can eat porridge 5 times faster than someone without any spoons. He's also got psychic power, so he can move things around. I mean, he's a really cool Pokemon, but, he's one of the more forgotten Megas, in my opinion. He needs, more love and affection. I mean, now that we know that he can literally turn other Pokemon into stone with his thoughts, I mean, how cool is that? I mean, there's no actual Pokemon moves for this, but judging, how the Pokemon universe physics, it's implied that he probably should be able to. Because if he's more powerful than Mewtwo, and Mewtwo can turn other Pokemon into stone by clashing with opposing Pokemon, meaning that when he's clashing with opposing Pokemon, he should be able to turn things into stone. So yeah, that's really cool. So I don't really have anything more to say. Sorry about the frequent times this video has been deleted and then re-uploaded and then deleted. The audio quality I was having some trouble with. It's my first video in Open Broadcaster Studio. So, cut me a little bit of slack. So, if you liked what you saw, subscribe. If you didn't like it, then don't subscribe. If you liked it, can someone get this thing out of the way? Come on, seriously. Move. Seriously, move. Move out of the way. Here. There we go. Now he's gone. So, if you liked what you saw, subscribe. If you didn't like what you saw, don't subscribe, obviously. So, Professor Maple, signing out. Bye. Oh, come on. Bye.